Hello. Hi, this is Miguel Toral, and I'm running for president of the United States for the Progressive Independent Party. The reason I'm running is because it looks like Donald Trump reacted too slow for this coronavirus crisis and other things, okay? And I don't see anybody else making any kind of effort uh, that could make an effort to do something better. My solution is that we get some of these billionaires like Jeff Bezos. What happened to him? He disappeared. He's scared. He should be one of the leaders that should be making things like robots or using his stores that have no people in them and, setting them up maybe with the driverless cars, with Elon Musk and with Bill Gates. Bill Gates could build some robots. He's into artificial intelligence. Okay. So that's what I think they should be doing is sending out robots, you know, for the grocery stores for the people that need them that have coronavirus and they can't get out. Why risk their lives more? We have the capability of sending robots, and also probably we can make robots to check people for the coronavirus, like medical robots. Okay. Now, the other thing that they could do is they could send out robots to everybody, well, to all the households. Okay. And that way every family would have a robot, you see. Now, another solution is they they could give us all um, astronaut masks. Just you know, make everybody dress in an astronaut, suit with a helmet and the covering and everything. See, because that way, that's a very safe environment. If you're uh, able to protect yourself from all the things that are out there in space, if you're dressed up in an oxygen suit, in an astronaut suit, then you wouldn't have to worry about catching coronavirus. Okay. So, I mean, we could be working together with NASA. You know, let's have the president, if he's able to take over factories, why doesn't he do that? Have NASA, you know, make a whole bunch of astronaut suits. Okay. And then we would be able to protect ourselves this way. Okay. Just dress us up as astronauts. Okay. And get us some robots. Now, what's good about coronavirus? Hey, you know what's good about it is that there's less violence. And because the schools are online, we don't have any school shootings. So we have to think of ways to stop this. Maybe we can amend the Second Amendment so that we only have like one or two guns. We don't need these AK, you know, rifles and AK 47s and things like that. Why do we need that? Okay. We don't need to be out there with machine guns. Okay. This is crazy. Why don't we just limit the kinds of guns? Okay. And maybe just make schools online all the time and then just have certain classes like through social media, like we're doing now anyway, live streaming and everything. Make these classes a way to teach kids how to work together, like do a project, like a Zoom project. Okay. You can do everybody online, you know, getting together with Zoom or Skype or whatever, you see. And then if you do this, then you will solve the issue of violence and guns in schools. Okay, and now the next time that they have a thing like a coronavirus, like let's say there's coronavirus 2020 or 2021 or 20 or 21 or 22 or whatever, then what they need to do is shut the borders right away. Okay. I'll bet you probably a country that doesn't have any coronavirus, it's like North Korea. Okay. Because their borders are pretty tight. Okay. So what we need to do is do that. That's another thing we could do. Okay. Now, I'm for everybody's lives, black lives, white lives, everybody, brown lives, all lives matter. Babies' lives. Okay. I don't think we should support abortion because there are a lot of people that want to adopt babies. Now, if we had uh, a thing where we paid, let's say, if a single mother is having a baby, she can't take care of it, maybe due to economic uh, and so forth, and the father's away or something. Maybe if we paid her to keep the baby, and then it would make it uh, easier for more adoptions to be available so that people who really want a baby, they don't have to go to other countries to get a baby. They could just do it here in the US. And who knows? Any of these babies could become the next Einstein or the next, Stephen Hawkins or a famous doctor to help fight infections like coronavirus. So I encourage life. I encourage life, and the future of our country is in our younger, generation. And with that in mind, the other thing that I would encourage is to change the age that people can be president. There's some senators or representatives are young, you know, and I'm sure that they would make great presidents. They have good ideas. You know, why are we limiting our presidential candidates to people that are 35 and over? There are many people that have good ideas that are not 35 yet. They could be 30, 33, 32. They could be, who knows? There are a lot of genius kids out there. My son is one of them. Okay, maybe he'll run for president. He's smart enough. He has a great point average. So anyway, like I said, my name is Miguel Alberto Toral, and I'm Hispanic. I was born in Washington D.C., but not the White House. Okay, so yeah, I don't have any political experience, but neither did Trump, and people don't seem to like him that much. A lot of people want him out. They've tried to impeach him. Okay. The problem was that he was getting advice. He was trying to get advice from a president of a country, and this guy was an ex-comedian. So, hey, I've done stand-up. So why not have me be the first comedian president of the United States? We've had a clown in office right now, I guess. So anyway, I am Miguel Toral, okay? And I am running for president. The other thing that I want to do is I want to make marijuana legal across the United States. Doesn't make sense that each state is just voting, bit by bit. Let's just make the whole marijuana thing legal. It's good. Looks like it's great for the economy. You know, why have just Canada and other countries give us the medical marijuana when we can make it legal across the board and we can profit from that? Okay, makes sense, huh? Okay, so that's what I am planning on doing. I'm planning to make marijuana legal across the board, make it for the whole United States. We already have more than half of the states that have it for medical or recreational use anyway. So, I mean, to make it across the board, that's just a no brainer for me. Okay. So, and then maybe you can see some other things that could be very good for the country. Maybe ayahuasca or maybe something else like this. There are many medical uh, plants or medicinal plants in the jungles and the Amazon and other areas that have been used, and they're good for various treatments. Okay, so I think we should do some research into that aspect. I think um, there are some universities that are doing that, and I think that there are some research clinics like in Canada that have already done this kind of research anyway, to help people with different things, depression, uh, abuses, whether that was like child abuse or sexual abuse or whatever. Okay. Um, and so the other thing that I want to do is I think that we ought to start rebuilding our cities, because with climate change going on, if we can't stop the climate change, um, we need to redo our cities, you know, make them more inland. So if we have floods, if we have big hurricanes or whatever, then New Orleans is going to get hit with a really big hurricane that wipes it out. And the problem with these cities that are close to shore is that that is one thing that could happen with Miami, New York, New Orleans. Um, so I think that we should start rebuilding the cities, especially like now that they've gone through this coronavirus. If we rebuild the cities, then that's one thing uh, that should happen, is that we should rebuild them a little further inland. Okay. And that will create jobs. Okay. And so then we can make a newer York, a newer Orleans. Okay. Get my drift? And then with these cities, we should make room for things like scooters and electric bikes and electric scooters. Okay. Put that in the infrastructure first so that there's room for people that are using these systems, these means of transportation. Okay, we should have friendly cities that are scooter and bike friendly and electric bike friendly. Okay, because these kinds of modes of transportation don't use up any gas. And then the other thing is, I want to get rid of the gas guzzlers and make cars electric or solar powered. We need to go into more um, energy that is recyclable. Like, we have plenty of sun, so why not just use solar power and wind? Okay. There's a lot of times when if we don't have sun, we do have wind. Okay. Because if the sun's not out, it's usually going to be cloudy and there's probably going to be some wind and rain. So we should be doing this, using more natural energy like solar power and recyclable energy. Okay. So that's another part of my agenda, is to get rid of the gas guzzlers. I'm saying by 2025, 2026, no later than 2030. Good grief. Yeah, let's get rid of these cars, okay? We could have incentives for making more electric cars and other energies, solar powered cars. I've seen uh, motorcycles that had solar panels with a little sidecar that would have the solar power there. And so I've seen food trucks that had solar panels. Okay, so let's start giving out grants and things like this for companies that are going to do solar power. Okay, this is clean energy. Okay, uh, We don't need to rely on Saudi Arabia or Venezuela or these other countries for oil. Let's just use solar power and wind power and other things, electric cars, okay? And then the other thing is, I think we should start becoming more technical, especially like with things like coronavirus. We should build more robots. Artificial intelligence is very important. So I think we should start utilizing these resources so that we are prepared, so that we're better prepared for the next time that we have something like a coronavirus or something like that. So then we can use robots, we can use astronaut suits. You know, that looks cool. Who doesn't mind looking like an astronaut? I would love to be an astronaut. Okay. And if we're trying to save the planet, maybe we should also, yes, try to get to Mars or try to get to the moon until we can clear up enough people so that the Earth has time to breathe. If our planet is too big, it's too polluted, it has too many people, it's too polluted, then that's what we should do. We should go ahead. We have people who, like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, who hasn't been around since this coronavirus hit. These guys, where's Bloomberg? He's got millions. How come he doesn't have a solution? He didn't come up with a solution. Joe Biden, I don't see him coming up with a solution for the coronavirus. Oh, my solution makes sense. Make robots. Use robots. Okay. Well, anyway, that's me. That's Miguel Toral, and I'm running for president. Thank you, America. Let's make America smart. Use robots, artificial intelligence, mass.